Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Siu.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how Seinfeld emails can grow your business. So we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but it makes more sense to even elaborate a little more on what Seinfeld emails actually, maybe some more examples, and we can talk through it a little more for this specific podcast. So Seinfeld emails, just to give you a recap, there's this email copywriter, his name is Ben Settle, and I think he has a email list. I'm not sure if it's still going. It's called Email Players, and I will subscribe to it. I think I'm still subscribed to it. But he just sends all these email tactics, shares all the best stuff out there. And I'm really fascinated by copywriting, especially email copywriting, because it really taps into the psychology of people. And it's not just the fly-by-the-night, type of copy that you're seeing on like an e-commerce site or on like a tech SaaS company, for example. It's actually really well thought through. And that's why these copywriters make so much money. But I digress. So Seinfeld emails, the way it works is that the reason it's called that is because Seinfeld, the show, actually doesn't talk about anything, okay? Doesn't talk about anything. Seinfeld emails, why it's set up that way is, why it's called that is because you talk about your day, right? You talk about your day, how it went, any kind of story at all. It might be completely unrelated to your business, but what happens is at the very end, you find some way to tie it with your business and it works out and converts. So the last example I gave you was an example about how this one time I was flying back from Dallas to Los Angeles and had just really bad experience with American Airlines. So literally, like, they put us on the tarmac, put us back in, put us back out there, put us back in again, and then finally, like maybe 6 hours later, we finally left, and there's like tornado warnings and all that. So I was just like, American Airlines didn't take care of us. It was really bad customer service. I wrote about the complete experience. And then what happened afterwards was I found a way to tie it back in with something I was talking about around hiring, right? This is why you need to hire great people and have a really great team and make sure that your team helps drive a really good experience because people are going to talk about it. It's going to be remarkable. It's an opportunity, right? And then from that, I actually generated some sales. That's just one example.
Yeah, you can end up trying out Seinfeld emails. There's so many different email sequences. There was another guy that I met from one of Ryan Dice's events, and he had the soap opera series, and he would tell all these stories that were just integrated with each other. And then from there, it really boosts conversions because people are like just hooked like there's a soap opera. But in general, whatever email sequence, whatever email strategy that you want to use, they all work. I myself haven't tested out the Seinfeld sequence. I haven't done really many Seinfeld emails. I also haven't done the soap opera series much. I've done it literally for like 1 or 2 weeks and then I turned it off. But you just got to do something. And I learned this from Frank Kern, who's an amazing copywriter. He was just like, look, a lot of people ask, hey, how do I write the best email? Or how do I leverage this email tactic, like the soap opera series or the Seinfeld, leveraging Seinfeld emails. And he's like, you know what people just forget? They just don't write emails. If people just wrote emails for different parts of their sequence, when people hit certain trigger points, he's like, your conversions would go up. Yes, these strategies are amazing and great, but the first step is, and I bet most of you listening aren't even sending out as many emails as you can. But just by doing that one little thing, you'll be better off than where you are.
Remember we talk about Sam Ovens?
Yeah.
So Sam Ovens does over $20 million a year on his consulting course, okay? And I'm subscribed to his list just because I like to see what good marketers put out. And
his emails are good.
Yeah, he's putting out an email every single day. And
is it? I'm unsubscribed to a lot of them, but I'm on some of his lists still. Mm-hmm. And I love his sequence-based stuff like, you didn't watch the webinar, I'm sad. And then he has like a sign and stuff like that, but they're pretty creative.
He's good. I mean, there's a reason why he's made one course work so well. It's because he has a really good process. And look, in there, I think Neil was actually touching upon this. It's not just you can only use the Seinfeld thing. That's one tactic. It's more so talking about storytelling, and it's talking about relating with people too. Because Sam Ovens, today's email, I think he talked about Coca-Cola. And then Neil talked about the soap opera sequence. And then I talked about Seinfeld emails. It's like these are all just a bunch of tactics that tie in with storytelling, right? Sam Ovens is just doing storytelling, or maybe he's using some kind of crazy marketing tactic. But point is, we've talked about this a couple of times. Try to figure out, look, nobody else can take these stories out besides you. You can put these stories out there, and some people can relate to it. Some people might hate you for it. But at the end of the day, you're getting the right people, and the right people are going to stay on your list, and they will be your true fans, and they will be the ones that buy from you. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. That's it for today, but please go to singlegrain.com/survey to help us make this podcast better for you, and we'll see you tomorrow.